On this episode of Montsweag Garage, we're going to work on getting our 1967 Dodge Dart ready for the road. To do that, we're going to finish the tuning portion of our carb swap. If you remember episode 2 of our carb swap, we were looking for and found some vacuum leaks. Those vacuum leaks have since been sealed. We had a leak here at this plug, and then another at the brake booster in the back of the carb. Plus, we also had leaks at our intake manifold gaskets on both sides. We've since pulled the intake manifold off, cleaned up the gasket surfaces really well, and put everything back together and tested on it. We're currently holding about 19 inches of vacuum at idle. The only issue that we have right now is, you can see there's just a little bit of coolant leaking by the gasket. I think that can be taken care of by tightening down these bolts. The main thing that's holding us up is this carburetor. This carburetor really needs tuned. One of the things that I've noticed, and it's going to be difficult to see here, is that our accelerator pump jets are not firing the instant we give gas. I should see squirting from my accelerator pump, and I'm not getting anything. It's not until I hammer it, I'm wide open, that I get anything out of the pump jets. So we need to address that. The next thing we need to address is that when we give it gas and the power circuit kicks in, she stumbles. Now I'm not sure if it's because it's lean or it's rich, but we got a carb calibration kit so that we can address that. This carburetor came off at eBay.
Oh no!
I don't know exactly what's in it for jets and rods, so we need to pull those out and get a baseline established. And to do that, we're going to use a calibration kit for an Edelbrock 1406, which is very similar carburetor. Let's go ahead and start working on getting this carburetor off. First thing to disconnect here is our kickdown rod and our kickdown spring. I'm going to get my throttle return springs off. I have them doubled up because it's old, but just one by itself isn't enough to return the throttle all the way back to the forward position and close the throttle all the way. So I slapped a second one on there. I know there's a better way to do this, but it's what I got. Go ahead and take our PVC off and our vacuum advance off. Disconnect the power lead for our electric choke. Disconnect our fuel line and hope it doesn't gush all over the place. We'll grab a rag just in case it does. Ah, there we go. These are 1/2-inch nuts holding this on. So got 4 of those to take off, and then off she comes. Now that it's out, let's go ahead and get the top of this off. And the fun part is going to be getting the top of it off without ruining the bowl gasket, because I don't have another one, and I just pulled this off. So I'm hoping that my bowl gasket is going to come off nice and easy. And when I say I just did this, I just went through the carburetor yesterday and made sure that all of my settings are correct. So my bowl vent setting is where it should be. My choke setting is where it should be. My accelerator pump is at the proper height. Oh yeah, before you take the bowl off, you have to disconnect the linkages. Yay, bowl gasket didn't stick. Now we just need to not tear the center. So we're going to get this off nice and easy like. Woohoo! That is one saved gasket. Now that that's off, let's get up underneath this accelerator pump. Now I know it works, but it's not kicking off right away. And what I think is happening is that there's a little weight in here that holds fuel right up to the top of the accelerator pump, and I think that that weight is leaking by. Right in there is our little brass weight. Now this bowl should hold fuel, at least for a little while. To demonstrate how the accelerator pump circuit works, I'm going to fill our bowl with some mineral spirits here, and we're going to walk through the operation and how to test it. And where we're sitting at right now, when I push the accelerator, we should see fluid. There we go. And that weight comes back down. Now that weight should have fluid in there a while. And if you look at the reflection coming off the back, it's actually working the way it's supposed to. We're actually going to put the jets back on here and give this a test. So I think I might know what's going on here. I think that our accelerator pump is sitting too high in the bowl. Because you can see when it's still sitting way high here, when you push on the pump, it's spitting fuel back into the bowl until you get to a certain point, and then at that point, you're getting fuel out of the jets. That's what we want to see. Like the instant the accelerator pump starts to move, we're getting fuel. And that's not what we're seeing. What we're seeing is this, where our accelerator pump is starting to move and we're not getting fuel until we get a little further down. We need to check our accelerator pump height. I have an idea. What I've done here is I set our top back on, but before I did that, I set the accelerator pump right at the point where as soon as I push down, I'm getting fuel from the jets. So it's down far enough that it's not spitting fuel back into the bowl. If you look at our measurement here, it's at about 20-30 seconds. The default is 13-30 seconds, so that shouldn't be our problem either. The other thing that we need to look at here is our jets. Our jet sizes are quite small for the Carter 9635, which is what this is. All right, it's broken. Can't return it now. Apparently I can't open it either. I'm going to need to go get my glasses because I'm going to need to read the settings on these. Printed on the face of these in really tiny, tiny letters, which I can't even see this close to the camera, are the jet sizes. And the sizes for the rods are actually printed right on the shaft. I'll be back. So here's a close-up of the jet. If you can see, it says 401 on it. If you subtract 300 from that, you get the jet size. So this is a 0.101 jet. You see, this one is 0.395, so it is a 0.095 jet. This is what we're going to use for our secondaries. You can reach this one. This is 398. This one is what we're going to use for our primaries. If you look at this rod stamp, you can see that it is stamped 7342. What that means is that this is a two-stage rod. The cruise stage, which is right here, is at 0.073 inches, and the power stage, which is the smaller end here, is at 0.042 inches. I'm a bonehead, and I didn't zoom the camera back out, so I'll spare you the close-up view of my dried, crusty skin knuckles putting a carburetor back together and move right on to getting this thing installed. And there we have it. It's back together. Now, let's get it out of the garage, see if we can get it fired up. Seeing as how we drained out the carburetor, we're going to go ahead and give her a drink, help her get started. It's probably way more than I needed, but at least until the pump gets the bowls filled back up, it'll be helpful. Well, now I just got to get her to warm up. Once she's warmed up, we'll see how it works out. Check our accelerator pump, see if that's pumping. Probably not. And see how our low speed and high speed circuits are handling with the new jets and rods. Oh, she's all warmed up. You can see we're just under 50 psi of oil pressure. She's sitting about 170 degrees. She's It's idling about 800. I could probably bring that down, but I gotta dial the timing back down to do that. But before, she was stumbling at about 3,000 RPM or so. Doesn't do that anymore. So, that means it's time for a test drive. Well, here's to hoping that the camera stays there, and this is a good trip. Wow, just fires right up. I love it. I love it. All right, Maiden Voyage. Off we go. We want to avoid trees. Trees are bad. So one of the other things that I ended up doing yesterday is I got new lights and everything on it, so she's ready to go. Oh, that is very nice. Now I live on a dirt road and it is bumpy. So let's see how she takes the bumps. Wow. Like, barely. Oh yeah. So it's gonna be a short trip because car's not registered yet. But I'm just gonna go down the road here and turn around and come back. I wish I had a second GoPro. That way I could kind of show you where I'm going, but the neighbors probably don't want me filming their houses, so that's cool though. I hear clunkety clunk up front. I don't like that. Might just be the hole in the floor. I'm hearing all the things. Hey, turn signals work. All right, onto the pavement we go. Oh yeah, I like it. Speedometer works. Fuel gauge doesn't, but I knew that. I just need to fiddle with that a little bit. There's a decent amount of play in the front end. We'll have to look at that. Maybe that's what I hear clunking around up there. Still in first. Not too bad at 40. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna lose the camera soon. If I do, sorry. I'll take it, I'll spin the camera around once we get I get to my turnaround spot, and then we can see her go. Those new shocks are pretty nice. It soaks up the bumps pretty good. Once I get it registered, we'll get it out on Route 1 and then really give her all the beans. I'm so stoked. I want to freaking hammer it so much, but oh, that won't blow it up. Okay, that's interesting. So it did stumble. When I went to go put it to the floor, she stumbled good. Just for a split second, she stumbled. Woo! Yeah, we definitely need to look at the front end. Oh yeah, I should probably stop at the stop sign. There's second. I can't see anything driving into the sun. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna get to a spot down here where I can turn around and head back to the house. And that was it, right there. That's where I needed to be. I need to fix that exhaust leak. All I hear is tick, 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 tick. Oh, that's interesting. My front end's wiggling when I hit the brakes, like jiggling back and forth. I know I've said this like 5 times now, but we definitely need to get in there and check that out. Oh yeah, can't see a damn thing. Driving right into the sun. Temperature's looking good. It's gonna be like 155, 160. Ah, this might do. Yeah, this will do for a good turnaround spot right here. I gotta find out what that is. We're gonna take it nice and easy until we get a look at that front end and see what's loose. Something's definitely loose. But other than that, man, I like it. Cruising 30 miles an hour. Back roads here, so not a whole lot of worries. See a sheriff back here every once in a great while. Maybe it's just because it's old. Maybe that's bushings. I don't think so though. Whatever it is, it's rattling. We'll take a look. Probably next episode. We're up to 60. Just need to test on it a bit. When we get back, we'll pull her in the garage, leave her sit overnight, see if she's leaking. That wasn't even to the floor. That was probably 3/4 throttle. I mean, this is not meant for super torque off the line. I did lower the gears in it a little bit, but it was just first and second. Third is still meant for cruising. It's 2.94 gear ratio in the rear end. So. Clunkety clunk up front. I think I know what that is, dude. I'd be willing to bet you I know what that is. Once again, can't see. Driving into the sun. So, I'm gonna kill the GoPro and we'll talk to you in a minute. Huh. That was a fun ride. Nice first trip. Not perfect, but hey, I'm really excited that we got that stumbling problem isolated and fixed, and that she drove really, really nice. For a 55-year-old car, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Next up, register it. If you want to see how we got to this point, check out the playlist.